In this video, we're going to explain Bran. We're going to break down how I use him and what gear I put on him. If this is what you're looking for, consider liking and subscribing to the channel for similar type of videos. This is Bran. He excels in a few things, primarily being a support and giving you some built-in sustain by preventive damage. What do I mean? If we look at his passive, he's one of the passives that is the best in the game. If you look, he continually, at the start, to all team members at the beginning of the turn, gives them a 5% max health shield. This may not seem like a big deal. However, there is a wonderful pairing with him and Mythasia where having a positive effect, and shield is a positive effect, also allows your teammates to heal themselves. So that is a great pairing. It also pairs very well with Nathalia, meaning that Nathalia going first can have a positive effect before the game even starts. That way she can use her combination for her passive, and there's other combinations in where having a positive effect before anyone does anything can help a lot. It's also preventive damage because this gets refreshed quite commonly. It is literally every turn, so because of that, it is going to block a continual amount of damage. Really solid. Helps in the clan boss as well. I do use him in the clan boss. He also does preventive damage because he applies defense up 2, not just defense up 1 on his ultimate, which also gives attack up 2. Again, the higher tier of both of these moves, so that's very good. And as an additional thing, if you have Evelyn first on, her defense up stacks with this defense up, meaning with the two of them, they can become extremely tanky, even tanky to the point of living through like the one-shot mechanic of Ashe, to give you an instance. On top of it, his passive works very well because he has S-tier health, so that is going to give you an advantage when it comes to how much total health he's going to have when you're building bonus health percentage. If you look at Ascension, the very first Ascension of him is perfect. It's health once again, so they're generous with that aspect. And then he only requires 2 to get the Ascension that doubles the amount of shield you get. I do have the Ascension. I've used them before and after the Ascension. Obviously, the Ascension helps him, but I do not believe it's required to make this hero good. His basic attack is all right. It gives a 50% chance to apply taunt and does, honestly, mediocre damage. Now, you may say 50% chance to apply a taunt on the basic is quite good. It can be okay. I don't find this to be reliable enough to really be the reason I like him. However, what is reliable is his second passive here, which when an ally gets attacked, 100% of the time he's going to counterattack, and 80% of that 100% of the time he's going to be applying attack down. So it's sort of like 100% of the time it works, 80% of the time type of meme. Now, the damage on this is okay, but this is a built-in counterattack every single time, meaning you do get additional damage. Now, his damage isn't great. It's B tier on the attack, okay? But if you do have a little bit of stats, I've been able to hit a couple thousand on the counterattack with it, which can help. Again, not a huge deal, but the attack down is fairly reliable because you have to realize the counterattack happens when it hits the different allies. So if you have 4 different enemies that go each time the enemy takes a turn, he's hitting all of these guys and going to apply attack down 80% of them, basically. Now, that's his kit. However, realistically, let's talk about where you can actually use him. Now, in using him, I've been using him almost everywhere. He can be used in Ashe quite well. He obviously can be used in Tulpa. Now, the other thing you could say about him is he's a very good guild battle hero. I do believe this is the case. If you look here at the damage I used Brand on this team in combination with Hector, and it works quite good. Okay, now I think, in my personal opinion, Brand might be one of the best heroes in the entire game. If you actually look at the top players in places like Mythic Void Tower or wherever you really want to look to compare this type of stuff, you're going to notice the type of teams people are using typically is Brand. If you go and actually watch like high-end streamers clearing through Mythic, etc., you're going to notice a ton of Brand Mythasia, because the Mythasia combo, if you actually look at it here, and I should make a video talking about this whole combo, but the passive, like I was talking about here, if the teammate has a positive effect, whenever they use an ability, they recover their health. And the thing is, Brand's counterattack counts as an ability. So yes, every single time Brand counterattacks, he am healing himself with Mythasia as well. This is why the Mythasia plus Brand combo can be so strong, and then people throw in like Blackhorn, and then it becomes a tri-team of the 3 tanky people, and then normally they'll throw in like Hackrim with it that increases their max HP, and then it's just a whole tanky cluster basically is the concept of the team. Another thing is in arena, he's quite good too because of the preventive damage and the continual grinding out and removal of their damage with things like the attack down, plus the shield every turn and the defense up. Now, what that means, if you go and we actually look at the ranks here, you're going to notice teams at the top end, Brand the Brilliant, Brand here, Mathasia. You see these tanky teams are showing up, Brand. All the higher ranking people are going to be using Brand because he is quite good defensively. If you didn't know, when you actually do an arena battle, and I'm going to show you this here while I'm talking, when you do an arena battle and you take so long to do the arena, if you go past 6 rounds, you start getting struck with lightning, and the lightning only hits the people that are offensively attacking in arena. This means, and you can see right here in the top, okay, all offensive heroes receive damage once at the start of each round. After 6 rounds, damage scales with each time is received. Basically, you are on a clock. If you cannot kill a tanky team in time for the lightning because you don't have the gear for it, you literally just lose. For this reason, the top meta isn't a speed meta, it's a tanky, grinding out, fatigue deck type of meta, and Brand, Mathasia, Blackhorn, these type of people that literally just sit there and mouth breathe and heal and tank are unfortunately quite the meta at the moment. I don't find that an enjoyable meta by any means. However, it is the actual meta at the moment if that's what you want to do and you want to go through and grind it out. You can see at one point here in the arena, I was actually going to grind it out, and you can see I have 120 passes over 10 because I used them all and I was grinding them on stream, and I realized very quickly how much it is very boring. However, you do need to grind this out. Don't be like me and get bored, because look at the rewards, they're great, and once you get all the way up here, you get a legendary rank reward, and then not only that, guys, it gets even better. You have to do it. You can't be lazy, because if you look at the actual tier rewards, when you get to legend, the season rewards gives you 5 of these, which are a big deal, and 4 of the pumpkins. Amazing. You gotta do it. Get rank 1, you get another ascension, and you can take whatever ranks you want for these other ones. Amazing deal. You gotta go for it. So, Brand, if you're wondering, Brand is probably top 5 hero in the entire game, is usable literally everywhere. He's not the wrong affinity, and is one of the best heroes in my entire deck, and I have almost every single hero in the whole game. I've used him consistently for great effect, and I haven't even finished out his glyphs yet, but once you get him, you should max out his glyphs, you should max out his abilities, and start using him fairly consistently across the board. He was a Battle Pass hero, which is why if you're joining later in the game and you look at the Magic Pass, a lot of people have him now, and is probably the most generous version on the Battle Pass. If you haven't spent it and you think you can have the time within 13 days you have left as of the posting of this video, then I recommend getting the pass and getting your hands on Brand the Mountain King, because he is a top tier hero and you will not regret maxing this hero out. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. I almost forgot this, but at the end of the video, I want to show you the gear that I have on him at the moment. I really like revival gear on him. The shield, when he drops below a certain HP, puts up a barrier that gives him enough time for the revival gear to regenerate his health back up. So between Mathasia and revival gear, and if you don't know what revival gear does, it restores your max health, it really has been quite successful. Now, I have defense boots in my way. I would have health boots if I could pick. I would health boots on this ring, and I would have health on here. I would just have health primaries across the board. I only have defense right here, unfortunately. But health is the way to go. My substats, I'm looking for defense percentage, health percentage, focus. I'm really only looking to land my debuffs, get a little bit of speed if I can, and become tankier. And you're going to notice resistance, health, focus, health, defense, a little bit of speed, and health. That's basically all you're really going to notice in terms of the secondaries. Yes, this one was, it was too tempting not to work on. So that's basically how I have it, more focus there. If I had focus, health, or something on that, I would have it. And this set, I would much prefer a health set. Basically just trying to get him as much health as I possibly can. You can see I don't really have a priority on attack or anything like that, but I got him at 21,000 health. I would like him to have more, but that's what I can afford at the moment. Hope this helped. See you on the next video.